all the people out there. This will be a good educational thing for them. If you'll explain to you exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, so what we're doing right now is we are fixing to draw some blood on these horses, and we're going to send that blood for what's called a Coggins test. And a Coggins test is testing for EIA, which is equine infectious anemia. All right, so that's a blood disease that horses can get. That's something that can be transmitted horse to horse, and something that is federally regulated. So it's not just a Tennessee thing.
So it's federally.
Yes,
okay.
It's not just a Tennessee thing. That's something that, regardless of what state you live in, is going to be necessary if you have a horse that is being transported anywhere. If you're going to a show or a horse ride or whatever you want to do like that now. You don't necessarily have to have a Coggins, but you have a horse that is just staying at your house all the time. Don't get me wrong, it would probably be best practice to make sure that your horse is negative. However, it's going to especially be important, it's going to be required for travel purposes and everything.
All right.
What exactly is this that you're testing for? What happens to horses?
Yeah, so those horses can get very sick. So as you can imagine, it's an infectious anemia, implying they become quite anemic, and those horses will obviously show signs of, I'll say, lethargy and other symptoms that go along with anemia. However, it's an infectious thing to where it's something that they will get sick. They can run really high fevers. They can have other problems when it comes to GI issues and things like that sometimes as well with it. But overall, those horses get very sick as far as they have very little energy. They can also be febrile and have high temperatures, which makes them feel bad. We've all had a high temperature before, and you know how bad you feel when you have a fever. So certainly that can be something that goes along the lines of this too. But it's a very much a disease that we want to make sure we don't have around. Okay. Yes, it can be very contagious, and it's one that, like I said, it's federally regulated. So if a horse is positive for it, and appropriate authorities and everybody are alerted to be able to handle the situation.
How common is it?
Not very common. I will say last year I think there may have been 2 cases I think that I was aware of, 2 cases in Tennessee. In which case you think about a state that has quite large horse population. 2 horses is not a whole lot. However, it's one of those, that's the way we want to keep it.
Yeah.
We don't want to keep it. We want to make sure this is not going to be something that's affecting our horse population. So.
Gotcha. Understand.
In which case, we're going to draw some blood. We'll send it to the lab. The lab will be able to run that and make sure that we're negative. And as long as we're negative, then great, wonderful, happy. So.
All right, guys. This mare's name is Taylor Swift, and it's Bory Boy is the colt's name. Yes, that was me, guys. I'm wearing down. I am wearing down. Oh, look, he's down here. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. So he's doing a visual exam on her as he walks around her. He has to fill out some paperwork that will go to the state with the blood. And again, we are doing this for educational purposes. So those who don't know about this do know now. And this is part of the barn. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Janet. So Dr. Pack's getting everything ready to draw our blood. As you can see on that, I don't know if you guys can see it, I'll try to make it a little bit bigger, but it has a horse diagram on it, and he has to fill all that out. He has to fill out where her markings are, white socks, she's got socks. So, she's a pretty girl. So Dr. Pack is our vet on call today. He is the vet that's over the barn tonight. So he's going to get the blood out of the neck. Let me see if I can get a good enough position here so you guys can see what's going on. It's called, it's Taylor Swift and Burry Boy. I don't know how to say that. This is Missy. They're asking about the other one. Yeah. So the other one's, this one's Missy. The other one that I was at just a minute ago is Taylor Swift. So he goes directly into the vein, gets the blood. He gets 1 vial. And then he has to put it in a test tube that is labeled. And that they have to use specific test tubes when it goes to the state. It's supposed to rain here later on this week. I think Saturday or Sunday. So that's it, guys. That's what it takes to pull a Coggins. Right there.